All right, awesome, awesome, guys. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I know it is the last day of the year, and I know appreciate you guys spending the last day of the year here with us with the Rhinestone World. Hopefully, you guys get a little bit of knowledge here before we start out 2015. I know we're excited for another great year. So how did everybody's year go? Everybody had a great year? No problem, Em. Glad these webinars are helpful for you, and we look forward to seeing you here in the next few weeks at the trade shows. Em, I know you're going to be going to Dallas, you said, I believe. Awesome, awesome. Jill, how are you? Great. Cold in Illinois. Wouldn't think it. Cold in a. So I'll keep that one. I'll make sure I'll keep it PG in here. So I'll keep that one under just for us, between us two. Just Sue said it's pretty cold in Canada. All right, awesome, guys, awesome, awesome. So again, I do want to appreciate everybody. I do appreciate everybody's time today. So anybody have any cool plans for New Year's Eve, or just kind of hanging out around with the family at home? Cold in Missouri. So it seems like the only place that isn't cold is over here in Florida. It's in the scorching high 70s here in Florida, so not too cold. There you go. Bingo. Perfect. Sue. Do something to warm us up. Stop it, Rudy. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I mean, the good thing about the webinars are that you guys are able to do these inside your own homes at your own comfort, and it's nice and warm, hopefully, for you guys inside your homes. Not so warm there, huh, Stephanie? Where are you located? Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, guys. So again, today's webinar is going to be going over to the True Type Fonts. Now, how many of you guys have actually working with True Type Fonts, or you guys are currently looking into working with True Type Fonts to, advance your business as far as either Rhinestones or HTV True Type Fonts? Oh, Randy, there you go. Randy's heading to Florida this weekend. Perfect. Awesome. You're not gonna hate it over here, Randy. Trust me. It's not too bad. All right, Donna, beginner, perfect. So this is actually a really cool webinar because it's not something we do very often, but it's pretty convenient webinar when especially for those beginner designers. It's going to allow you to basically create these custom designs much quicker because these fonts are already pre-made for you. So the work is going to be cut in half because all you're going to be doing is just the rest of the design. The True Type Font is going to help you customize pre-made designs or customize new designs you're working on. So basically, with these fonts, it's really going to help with that time in designing and also adjusting to your customers' needs, because we all know at the end of the day, that's who's making the money that's who's bringing in the money is your customer. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to get that design exactly how they want it. So those True Type fonts are really going to come in helpful when creating those custom designs for them. So again, so I see a lot of new beginners here, and as well, I've got Matt on the other side. Actually, Matt will be answering some questions today. So everybody say hi to Matt. I know it's a little bit different being on the other side answering the questions rather than doing the webinar. So hey, there you go. All right, awesome, guys. So again, I just wanted to see real quick. I do have a poll here for you guys, question here for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just, again, this is what I asked earlier. It was, do you currently work with True Type Fonts? So go ahead and answer that there on the screen. And then let's see where everybody's at with this right now. By the way, my name is Rudy, guys. If you guys have never seen one of my webinars, my name is Rudy. And again, Matt, the owner of the company, is actually answering the questions on the other side as well. So everybody say hi. And again, because the great thing about these webinars is that you're able to, while I'm speaking and showing the different things here with the True Type fonts, you guys can ask as many questions as you guys want on the other side. Now, you guys won't be able to see everybody's questions. You'll only be able to see what you guys are asking and what we're responding to you. But it's great because you'll be able to kind of, at the same time as seeing what's going on, you guys be able to ask questions. If you guys don't see something or didn't catch something, just make sure to slow me down and let me know, hey, can you redo that? And I'll be more than happy to redo that for you guys as well. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can while we're going. And that was only a matter of time before I saw Chippy come up, huh? All right, but yes, as far as questions, just make sure you guys ask as many questions as you guys can. Make sure that Matt doesn't get bored over there just looking at just my webinar, not answering questions. So, all right, guys, so it looks like we have 58% say yes, they work with True Type fonts, 13% no, 16% do not know how to, and 13% said will be soon. Awesome. So that's kind of what we're hoping for with these webinars, especially the beginner webinars, the more just for those of you that have never worked with TrueType fonts or just getting into the TrueType fonts. This is going to be very helpful for you guys. So let's go ahead and kind of show you exactly what our TrueType fonts are. So let me go ahead and bring in this page. So this is actually our website here. And what you'll notice is we have our Rhinestone TrueType fonts, HTV TrueType fonts, and vector image TrueType fonts. So, and I'll show you guys the vector image. Very cool there. A lot of people don't know about these right here. But some very cool fonts, very easy to make a cool design in a matter of no time. And I'll go over those here towards the end of the webinar as well. So, of course, once you click on the Rhinestone TrueType fonts here, you'll notice that we have our different sizing. So you have under 1 inch, 1 to 1.5. So depending on what you're looking for, as far as as far as the inches here is what you see is actually the height of that particular font. So if I click on my 1.6 to 2 inches tall, what you'll see here is all our designs that are TrueType fonts in that range, and that's for the SS10 stones, of course. And now what I mean by that is if I click on one of my fonts, well, let's go ahead and click on this one. Notice how it shows you the actual fonts here. So it's going to show you the RF font, which is the regular font without the boxes around it. So these you can just type out, and then you have your finished word ready to go. And then you also have the sticky flock. So if you rather cut out each letter individually and then customize the word or the text that way, you can certainly do it that way as well. So all our fonts, most of our fonts will come with the RF and SF for you. So you actually get two types of files in one purchase. Down here at the bottom, you also see the point font size. And I see a lot of questions coming in as well. Terry, we are receiving your comments. Yes. Mary is looking forward to working with them, and above all, hopefully in the near future. Okay, so Mary, awesome. So I think this webinar is actually going to be very helpful for you as well. And again, Mary, if you have any questions at all, just feel free to ask. All right. So what we have here is the point size. And now these are the point sizes if you're not currently working with the TRW Stone Wizard. This is the point size system you're going to be working with. So if you want to work with the SS6 size stone for this particular font, then you just type in 275 for your point size, and whatever software you're working with, Designer Edition, Corel, and that's going to allow you to resize this particular font to that particular stone size right there that you want to work with. Also down here you're going to get a sample. So you'll notice down here we have 2.4 inches tall, so it tells me the height of my font here, and that's obviously going by the tallest letter in this particular word here. So it looks like it's probably going off the T or the L here. And then you also have the 6.7 inches wide. So that's going to tell you that this word right here, these two words combined, is going to be 6.7 inches in width. So that allows you to kind of understand how big that font's going to be once you actually type it out. If you're working with the longer words such as volleyball, which is one of those longer words that normally takes up a lot of it takes a smaller font to type out. So that kind of preview there is going to help you. And obviously, you don't want to buy a font that you type out 3 letters and then you realize, oh, this is already 10 inches wide, like our TRW 7, which is more for decals and things like that. So obviously, you want to definitely make sure you look at the model, or excuse me, the preview down here to verify that this is the correct TrueType font for what you're trying to accomplish with this particular design. All right. Now, does everybody look at this prior to actually purchasing the fonts, or you guys just see the font and then purchase it? Lost volume. All right, Debbie. Anybody else? Okay, I'm back. Perfect. All right, guys. Let me get this all set up for you guys here. All right, Debbie, is it better now? I fixed some things in there for you. Okay, perfect. Looks like it's back on. Awesome. Okay. Volume is perfect. Awesome, guys. All right, so again, now this is going to be very helpful. Also, if you guys are just starting out with TrueType fonts, make sure you guys go down here. We also have tutorial videos as well to help you guys out. And then also, if you go to the top here, tutorials, you're going to see a lot of different tutorial videos going through the production and everything else. And then you notice in our YouTube channel, we also have a lot more videos showing how to work with TrueType fonts. So a lot of different ways to get help on how to work with these fonts, and especially if you're just starting out, it's going to be very useful and helpful. And again, just make sure you guys are looking at these point sizes if you're not working with your TRW Stone Wizard. All right, and I'm going to show you now why the TRW Stone Wizard makes this process a little bit easier when working with these different two-color designs or the different size fonts out there. Terry, you lost sound? Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I'm going to show you guys is kind of just the basics of the text tool here in CorelDRAW. So right here, and I'm working with X7 now, guys. So very, very similar tools here, toolbars here that I'm going to be working with today. So if you guys are using a different version of Corel and you don't see something that I'm doing here, just let me know so I can show you exactly how to do that, maybe with a different, if you guys are working with X6 or X5, all right? All right, so here we have our text tool. Very easy to use. Just click on your text tool, and then it's going to give me my little highlighter here. That's going to allow me to know. It's going to let me know that I'm ready to start out and type out my word. So let's just type out baseball to start off with, and then go ahead and just go back to my pick tool. So now I have my baseball here. Different things you can do with it. You can change the size. You can just change the actual height of it, and also the width. You can bring it in, shrivel it up a little bit. So you can do different things with it to kind of customize the text. Also here we have our text tool here, our shape tool, or you can go to the wizard and do the text spacing. And what this is going to allow you to do is do more adjusting to this particular text. So if I grab my little arrow here, it's going to allow me to change the size or the spacing in between each letter. Also, if you grab the squares down here at the bottom, you can actually change or move each individual letter like this, so you can do different things to it. So that's just some different things you can do with that spacing tool. Also, you can just customize it like you would like there. So you can do different things with it just to make a cool looking effect with your text. And also now, if you're ready to go ahead and change it to your particular True Type font, we're going to go to my Fonts tab and my Stone Wizard up here. So the Stone Wizard is going to give you different options up here. You're going to get the Stone Wizard, where you're going to be able to actually create your designs. And then if I go to my Fonts tab, it's going to show me all of my different fonts. So these are all of my fonts that are actually in your font library. If you have over 2,000 fonts, notice how we have this little tab down here at the bottom of the Stone Wizard, which is going to allow you to override the limit. Now this won't really affect most of you. There's a few of our members out there that do have over 2,000 fonts and need to use this feature right here. So if you do have over 2,000 fonts saved on your font library, make sure you guys contact us if you're having any issues with the wizard, and we can take care of that for you guys. All right, Stephanie, perfect. So this is perfect for you then. Yeah. So all you have to do is just click on that little your little option down here, override 2,000 font limit, and now your wizard is going to allow you to carry all of those different fonts that you actually have in your computer. So make sure you click on that, and that's going to help you out. All right. Renee, perfect question. Okay, so again, like I said, if I'm going too quick, let me know so I can redo what I just did and show you guys exactly what I was doing. So let's go back there. So all I did there to go back, I held down Control and I hit Z as in zebra, and that allowed me to undo what I just did. All right. So Renee, all I did to move each individual letter, I went to my Stone Wizard here, and I hit text spacing, or you can go to your shape tool up here in Corel, and it's going to do the same thing. All right, so what this is going to do is going to allow me to change, again, the spacing. But if I grab my little squares down here, you see it has some little squares at the bottom left of each letter. What I can do there is just drag my letter down by holding that square. You see that? So that allows me to customize each individual letter like that. All right. All right, so back to my font tab. Again, I have all my favorites saved up here. So these are a lot of the fonts I'm going to be using today. Obviously, you can save either our fonts of TRW fonts, or you can save any pre-made fonts that you already had saved in your computer. So again, you can just click on any of them. It's going to give you a nice font preview here, so you know exactly what that font's going to look like. Also, it's going to let you know if you can use uppercase or lowercase, or it's also going to say if you can only work with lowercase or the uppercase. A lot of the things that we see starting off, especially with a lot of the crew members' first time using the True Type fonts, is there's some fonts out there that are only able to work with lowercase or uppercase, and what happens is they'll type something out, they'll type a letter out or a word out in uppercase, and nothing happens when they try to select their font. The reason for that is that font can only be used in lowercase, so you have to go back and change the caps, or change it to lowercase in order to work with that particular font. And I believe one of them is actually the TRW 30 right here. Oh, maybe not. So, okay, this is actually a great example. So TRW 130, this gives you the sticky flock version and then the regular version. So if you purchase this font and you type it out in uppercase, so let's go uppercase. So we'll type out baseball. And then I go to my TRW 130. See, it comes out with my SF version here. But if I went ahead and typed this out in my lowercase, let me choose a different font here. All right, so if I type this out in my lowercase, let's go ahead and change this to change my font here. All right. So let's go ahead and change this to lowercase. So I'm just going to highlight here and just going to change to my lowercase. And again, up here on my toolbar, this is another thing I wanted to show you guys here. So right here is our kind of our custom toolbar that comes with your TRW Stone Wizard. Yes, Leslie, you can change the order. Yes, you can just move it up and down. But let me, before that, let me show you real quick here at the toolbar up here. So right here's the basic of our edit texting kind of tabs here. So here's going to be my edit text, which is going to bring me a box, and I'll show you guys here when we do our fit texted path design that we're going to do here momentarily. But also we have our fit texted path right here, and then we also have our change case. So if I click on that, it's going to give me this edit tab here. So I can do lowercase, I can do uppercase, title case, and toggle case. But I want to do lowercase for this case. So I'm just going to hit OK, and there it is. So now it's lowercase. You see that? So that's going to allow me to do that. And now if I go back to my 130, what's going to happen here is I'm going to go ahead and just click on my 130, and now it's back to my regular form there. So I got my sticky flock up here, and then my regular form here. So if I go back to my pick tool, now you can see that I don't have any of the boxes around. So all I need to do is just create one weed box around here, and this design will be ready to cut. But before we do any of that, we obviously still have to resize this design. Right now, notice if I can move this around just by clicking on one of my circles. See that? So what we want to do is we want to resize it so every single circle on there is individual object. So that's and that's going to be our stones. So in the wizard, it's very easy. We're going to go to Stone Wizard, and I'm going to hit my resize. So let's go ahead and do choose SS10s, and I'm going to hit resize, and there it is. So now that resized it, we don't have to do anything else. And now one way to know is notice how when I highlight my full word here, every single dot is highlighted. That's how I know that each individual one is now it's individual object now. So now I can go in there and adjust this text if I wanted to. But now you won't be able to edit this anymore. This is it. You can't retype this. You can't change the word. That's it. This is ready to go. This is your Rhinestone font, and now this is ready to cut. So all you need is a weed box around it, and you can send it to your cutter. All right. Anybody have any questions with how to resize your text and the difference between the RF and the SF files there? Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on few designs. So the first one I do is just a simple New Year design. Show you how to do a couple of different things with the fonts. So let's go ahead and just type out 2015 since we got 2015 right around the corner here. And I know I've already chosen out a font from earlier. I'd kind of playing around, see what fonts I liked. And I saw that the TRW 999 had a pretty cool, let's see here, maybe not that one. Let's see what we have here. The TRW. All right, so the TRW 999 kind of has a cool looking numbers to that particular font here. And you'll notice another thing is not every True Type font that we offer has the uppercase and lowercase. Not every font has the numbers or the symbols. So that's why you definitely want to look in the mock-up to make sure to see what actually comes with that particular font. I know we get a lot of calls like, oh, you know, I didn't get numbers for these. Can you make them? So we do have several fonts that we've created numbers on the side, so you can actually purchase the numbers separately. But for the most part, you'll notice that either they come with the numbers and the symbols, or they just come with the letters, and that's about it. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and resize this. So I know this is going to be fairly small design because I want it for a decal. So what I'm going to show you guys is how to create a decal and then put it on a mock-up so you can send it to your customer. So we have our 2015 here, and now let's just go ahead and add our Happy New Year at the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another smaller font. For the decals, we try to keep it around, under your 6 inches in width. So I know if I keep this around 4 to 5 inches, this should be good. And I know this is fairly small, so 3.3 is perfect for what we're trying to do here. So let's go ahead and type out our Happy New Year. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and type out Happy, and then I'm going to go to my copy selector here and just do a couple copies here. So now I know that I'm using the same font. And now we're going to go ahead and just change out the different letters here. So I'm going to type out New, and I'm going to do Year here. All right, so there it is. If you have our Happy New Year, and now you can line it up now, or you can line it up. I prefer to line it up after I change my font. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my fonts again, and I'm going to do my 130. Oh, actually, you know what? Looks like we have. I'm going to go back to lowercase. There we go. And then if I highlight my design, I hit C. Notice what it did is actually centers it. So if I have this to the side off a little bit, and I hit my C, what it did is actually centers it all. Under the top word here. So now I have my Happy New Year, and we can just go ahead and line this up right on top here. Or if you want to move this down some, actually, you guys know what I did there that I haven't done yet? Exactly. So I still need to resize my design. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to hit resize, and there it is. So now this is perfect. My words are exactly the same size that I need it to be, and each circle is individually its own object. So now I have my 0.129 up here, so I know that that word is perfect. So that's my SS10 sizing that I wanted to work with. So now let's go ahead and move this over our 2015 here to create a cool looking car decal. So now we have Happy New Year 2015, and if you like, you can move you can actually change the spacing here. You can actually move this down. So it's going to highlight it. I'm just moving it down with my arrow key. You can move it down. You can adjust it to wherever you need it to be, depending on, the spacing you want in between each individual word. Now, the only thing is when you're working with the car decals, you want to make sure you have as much of the actual decal material covered. That way it looks a lot nicer, and it brings out the actual rhinestones a lot more. So now we have our Happy New Year here, 2015, ready for your car decal. So now your customer said they wanted in crystal rhinestones. We can highlight our design. We're going to go to our crystal here. So here we have all of our different colors, our rhinestone colors here. So now we can go ahead and create a mock-up. So now your customer wants this mock-up on the back of their car. So no problem. Let's go ahead and do car decal here and just select that option. And looks like we don't have our logo in here, so we'll get rid of this for right now. So this would be on our car decal right here. So it tells you the Happy New Year, and it shows you the Happy New Year right there on the back of the car. So very quick, very easy to create a simple decal for your customer and show them exactly what it's going to look like on that car already, so they can see the exact design prior to you actually creating the decal. Now, are you guys using are you guys making a lot of decals yet? You guys working with the decal material, or if you guys are working with sign vinyl? Okay, so it looks like some of you guys are already. Yep, awesome. Yeah, and again, the decal is very easy to use. A lot of people get intimidated by it just because the material is quite pricey. The Bling Anything material is a little bit pricey, so people get a little bit intimidated when trying to work with this material. But again, we have a lot of videos that show exactly the process of it, so no need to worry. Just go in there and try it out. I always recommend, when it's your first time doing it, just do a little design so you don't waste too much material. Obviously, we don't want to waste any material when creating designs. That's the biggest thing, is save material, save money. So right there, then we'll be able to go ahead and go to our export tab up here, and then you can export the PDF or PNG file and send it to your customer, so they can either say, yes, we want to go with this, or no, that's not what I wanted. So very easy right there to make a mock-up and send that design to your customer. And you see how easy it was to create that 2015 Happy New Year just because I had some fonts in my library, and somebody called and said, hey, I really need this design for today. Bam, in a matter of seconds, you can create a cool Happy New Year decal for your customer for them to sport for the new year. All right, so the second design I want to show you is actually how to edit a pre-made design, which is going to be my baseball mom design. So let me go ahead and bring in my baseball mom design. All right, so I have a baseball mom design here, and let's just say we have a customer. So this is a design you've already purchased from us, and this customer really wants to change the baseball to maybe softball. All right, no problem. We can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and first thing we need to do when you actually bring in a design, most of the time you'll notice that the design is going to be grouped together. So first things first, let's go ahead and ungroup our design here. And now we have our design ungrouped, and I can move each individual circle and delete each individual circle, but all I want to delete is just my baseball up here. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. Mary, if you want to create your own fonts now, the thing with the True Type fonts, there is a third program out there that you're going to need to actually convert the fonts into a True Type font that allow you to actually type them out. Otherwise, if you're just trying to stone out a word, no problem. You can just actually, let's just say you type out M. You can actually stone it out with the wizard. But as far as the True Type font part of it, that's going to be a little bit tougher. That you're going to need a different program to actually be able to create the True Type font where you'll be able to type it out. But if you want to just convert, let's just say you want to convert this M right here, no problem. Just hit your hatch fill. So I'm going to do inside, I'm going to add stones. I'm going to do a corner detect and just do a hatch fill, and that's going to add the stones for me. So now I have jet black selected, so let's get rid of my background here, and you'll see my stones there. So you see, you can stone it out yourself, but the True Type font part of it is not going to work because you're going to need that outside program to be able to create that part of it. Does that make sense there, Mary? But as far as if you want to type out a letter and stone it out, yeah, you can certainly still do that with the wizard and CorelDRAW. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this baseball. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my freehand pick tool, and I'll show you why. Because if I do my regular pick tool and I try to go around this, figures, of course that was actually fairly easy. But let's just say this letter's a little bit, this word's a little bit bigger, and it's kind of touching the bat over here. If you want to get around those edges here without actually grabbing any of the stones from the bat, just go ahead and go to your freehand pick tool here, and you can just create a nice little lasso around your word, and it's only going to select that particular area that you wanted to select. See that? And then I can go here and get rid of that and just hit delete, and there we go. We're all out of that. And now let's just say now we want to go ahead and change this to softball. So one thing you can do, you can either grab one of your tracing tools here, so you can do the B-spline tool can be used. I just like to go ahead and create a circle. So if I hold down Control and I actually create my circle, let's go ahead and actually create a circle here. So if I actually go up here and create my circle and hold Control, notice what happens is it gives me a perfectly symmetrical circle. All right, so I can actually trace this baseball by holding Control and doing it that way. But actually, I want to do a little bit more of an oval. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, so I can actually fit it in this area right here. So I'm just going to, let's get rid of those two little missed circles there. All right, so let's just say you want to go here, and I'm just going to kind of create more of an oval, so it gives me more of that arch that I was looking for. So I want to place my softball right here. All right, so now that I've created a path, let's go ahead and type out baseball. All right, so let's go back to my Arial font. So let's type out baseball. Actually, because I'm going to be using my TRW 130, I'm just going to type it all in lowercase here. So again, I'm going to go back to my edit text up here in my toolbar, and I'm just going to hit fit text to path. So again, just going to hit fit text to path, and notice what it did. It actually adds that text right to my path. And all I did was just go over the particular path I wanted to place this text on, and it already placed it on there for me. This red line here in the middle, that tells me that's a center line. So right now this would be centered if I left it there. But before I do anything, let's go ahead and you see what it did there. It just places it on there. But let's make it a little bit easier and just make this baseball smaller, so we're able to see a lot better on the path. So let's go back to my fit text to path. And again, I'm just going to drop it right there in the middle, and see how the E tells me it's right in between the red line. So that tells me this is perfectly centered. Oh, sorry. Perfect. Hey, there you go, Mary. Or excuse me, Mary. Yeah, perfect. Watch this. So now let's just say I do want to change that to softball because I put baseball. I can go right back to my edit text right here, and that's going to bring up this box, this edit text box. And I can just type in there softball and hit OK. And see, it changes it for me there. So it's very easy to change that without me having to retype it out. And then I can just expand it a little bit, change it to the correct size that I need it to be at. So now I have my softball there ready to go. Let's go ahead and double click on my actual path here. So if I double click it there, I can get rid of that path. So I double clicked it, got rid of my path, and now I can go ahead and convert this into my TRW 130. So there we go. And notice that once I hit my resize, it's actually going to resize it back to the original size. And there we go. So we got our softball there. And if I move it just a tad bit like this, you see that? So if I grab the corners, I can actually adjust it better. So there it is. We got our softball in the middle here. And then we still have our mom. So now if you want to change the mom part down here, you can also do that as well. Let's go ahead and get rid of our M here and here. And you want to maybe choose two-color M to put for the mom part there. No problem. We actually have a TRW 7 that I mentioned earlier. Now it's a bigger font, but all I have to do is just type out my M. I'm going to go to TRW, or my fonts up here, and let's go ahead and select my TRW 7, which is this athletic font here. All right, so let's go ahead and choose this one. And now notice that because I did my uppercase, it gives me the outline. So now all I have to do is just change this, or excuse me, add the second color, which is going to be my fill. And that's pretty easy to do with the Stone Wizard. So I'm going to go back to my Stone Wizard tab up the top. I'm going to go to my edit, and I'm going to hit my two-color magic text, which adds that second color in there for me. So very quick and easy. And now all I have to do is just resize this to the correct size. So let's go ahead and And let's just say you want to change this to 6s. Let's go ahead and do SS6s for this one. Let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. Now let's click on my circle, and I know this is 0.097, so that is SS6 size. So we're ready to go there. And the fill, same thing, 0.097, so we're ready to go there as well. So very easy to change that M up, and now I can go ahead and fit this right in there. So let's go ahead and just drop this in. Or one thing I always like to do is use my guidelines here. So let's go ahead and put this right there. And then we can go ahead and just place it right in the middle. And then to get it to the other side, I'm just going to go ahead and drag it and right-click. See that? So if I right-click it, and now what I can do is I can move this grid line down here and make sure that this is perfectly placed where I need it to be. And now the only thing I didn't do when I switched the M over to the other side, if you hold Control, so watch this, if I hold Control down, notice it keeps it on the same path. If I let go of Control, I can move it freely throughout the page. You guys see that? But if I hold Control again, it brings it right back to the original path, so I can actually move it over to the other side. You see that? So very easy to move, especially if you want to keep it on the same kind of plane. Then you would hold down Control. If you want to move it freely around the page, just let go of Control, and you'll be able to do that. All right? So now that we got our design ready to go here, we got our baseball. Let's go ahead and change the colors up here. So we'll change that to, just go ahead and change that to crystal. What do you guys think? We'll change the inside to yellow, obviously, because it's going to be a softball now. And then we have Sue said, Matt, you need to get into Canada. I'm sure that wasn't to me, but all right. Stephanie says, so what with that font? You don't have to do both layer and upper for the second color. Just hit 2-color magic text. Yes, Stephanie. Yeah, absolutely. Now the only thing with the 2-color magic text, Stephanie, is that only works for certain fonts. All of our fonts it will work for, but if you're actually doing your own, if you're working with a different font from a different company, there might be a chance that they didn't do the font the way that we did it with the specific tool or feature to be able to work with the 2-color magic text. So there's some ways that there's fonts out there that are True Type fonts, but that won't work with the 2-color magic text because they're not made the same way that we make them. But there's a lot out there that will still work for you. All right. Oh yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, don't want to do it the hard way. No, and then that also works with the HCV fonts as well, which I'll show you here momentarily. But yeah, with the 2-color magic text, another thing you can't do is actually do it for the numbers. So if you want to do the numbers, I'll show you guys how to do that here momentarily when I do the mock-up for this particular design here. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, and let's go ahead and change our M's here. What do you guys think? What color do you guys think we should make the M's here? Cindy, to change the color of the ball, all I did was I selected one of my stones inside of the ball, and I hit select same colors, and I just changed that color to yellow. Okay, red, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that red. So we're gonna go ahead here and see what I did. I just selected one of my stones in the middle because there's no other stone on my page that is orange. It's only gonna select those two from the M there. All right. So now I can go to my red cyan down here. Actually, it doesn't look like we have it set up on there. So I'll go red cyan here. And now my M's are red as well. I got my light topaz for the bats. So let's go ahead and do light topaz. And notice what I'm doing. If I scroll over my colors, it actually tells me down here what the color is. So I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing light topaz. So let's go ahead and change that to light topaz. So now we have our bat with our softball mom ready to go. Now let's say your customer calls you and they want to add maybe a custom name to the back with a number. No problem at all. We can do that very simply by using True Type fonts as well. So let's say we want to use, so let's go ahead and just type in, let's type in a different font here. Actually, no, College Black should work. All right, so we have our last name, Marrero, here, and we want to place this on the back of the shirt with the number on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get the number ready. And again, because we can't use that 2-color magic to create the number, I'm going to show you how to do that process here now. So let's go back to our text tool, and I'm going to type in 24. All right. We'll make the 24 just a tad bit bigger here. All right, so we got last name, we got the number, and now let's go ahead and create this number. And now we do have these True Type fonts that we've created, and pretty cool fonts here. So right here we have our TRW baseball images. See what happens if I click on that? What it shows me, what it gives me, it's actually it's going to give me my number, but it's going to have the image of the baseball players inside those numbers. So if I go back to my, let's go ahead and bring up that the website real quick so you guys can see all these. Now I know some of you guys probably already seen these fonts before, but for the people that are new, I want to show you guys real quick here that we have our TRW HCV True Type Fonts here. And if you click on that, you'll see all the different HCV fonts that we have. The great thing about the HCV fonts is that you're able to adjust the size without having to worry about the stone size. You can just adjust the size to any size you need it to be. Very easy to create and very quick to cut. That allows you to be able to make those custom names and custom numbers very easily for your customers. And that way you don't have to just say it's a last name like mine, the Marrero. All right. Because it's kind of a more of a rare name, you don't want to cut out just one template for that. You know, you don't want to just cut out one rhinestone template for that because you're never going to use it again. With the HCV fonts, really allows you to customize, and you know, it's a one-time cut. You don't have to worry about cutting it again or protecting the material or saving the material for a later date where if that later date might never even come. So this allows you to customize a one-time deal and make your customers happy. So now we have our 24 here, and now I want to go ahead and add the second color to this. So I'm going to go back to my Stone Wizard. I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to hit Two Color Magic, but it's not going to do anything. You'll notice it changed. All it did just change the color to orange. But now if I re-highlight this and type over it, and I'm going to hold Shift down and type 2, 4, there it is. So I have my second color on there. You see that? Does anybody have any questions how I did that? I can repeat it for you guys real quick if you guys need any a second look at that. So now again, this only happens with the numbers. All your letters will be fine. You won't have an issue with the letters, but with the numbers, you will need to do it this way where you're actually typing over it again. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to do that again. So again, I'm going to type in my, let's say we have 30. We go to my fonts, and I select my football images here. So this is another one. This is my football images. And now all we have is our outline selected here. So I'm going to go back to my Stone Wizard. All right, so what do I do next? Okay, perfect, exactly. So we're going to hit Two Color Magic text here. That's going to change the second color. So basically what it just did, it just duplicated that one here. So now I just have to re-highlight my design here. And now one thing I need to hold down before we typed our number again. What is that? Okay, looks like you guys right on there. So yeah, we're going to hold Shift and then retype 30, and there it is. So now we have our font created, or excuse me, our numbers created here with our fill and the outline. And if I go to my wireframe, cool thing about the fonts is it actually comes with with the magic trap already in there, so you don't even have to worry about the magic trap. So that's already magic trapped in. And if I wanted to, let's go back to my normal frame. If I did want to separate these templates, all I would have to do is place templates here, and I'm going to do my TRW magic templates here, and you see it's two different colors, and you have your magic trapped in there. So this is ready to go and cut. The only thing you would need to do with this part here is obviously mirror it before you cut. But other than that, you'll be ready to go. So let's go ahead and create this mock-up for your customer to show them exactly what it's going to look like prior to you them purchasing or prior to you actually making the design. So let's go ahead and actually let me go ahead and change my workspace size here just a tad bit. So all I'm doing is just change the workspace size here. Especially if you're doing a lot of exporting from the wizard, you want to make sure that everything you're working with is inside this workspace. And for me, it just makes more sense to have it in here. Just makes it easier for me to visualize what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and change this to, let's change the last name here to, let's say, White Easyweed, or excuse me, White Glitter. So if I go to my Magic Glitter tab up here in the wizard, notice what we have is all of our different colors for glitter vinyl. We have all of the colors that we offer for neon glitter in here. And notice it actually has the nice glittery effect to it. We also have our holographic colors here as well. And then obviously we have our fashion and then electric colors as well. So all our different colors that we offer as far as heat transfer vinyl, we'll have here in the wizard. Again, that's just going to make it more realistic for your customers to see exactly what we're working with. All right. So let's go ahead and choose white for that one. What do you guys think about the numbers? What do you guys think for the outline? So we'll make the black here. What color are you guys thinking? Red? Okay. So we'll choose red for that one. And what about the fill? Okay, white. Perfect. There we go. So we got that. Now let's go ahead and now, when I go to my mockups, now if I go here to where it says mockup with product, and I go single shirt only front and back, oh, look at that, it's already selected for me. So that's going to tell me that I want to choose the front and back only. Let's go ahead and do logo, watermark. Actually, won't do the watermark this time. And then we'll just do softball mom. So you can type in your title here. So you will type in softball mom. Here it tells me that I'm going to be using my TRW logo, and then I'm always going to select one of these. So now what we have to do is actually select the part of the design that I want to be going on the front of the shirt, because what's not selected is actually going on the back of the shirt. And again, you have to have it inside your workspace in order for this to work properly. So I'm going to go ahead and select the front of the shirt here, and I'm just going to click on my women's crew neck here, and that's going to run through the software. It's going to run through it. It's going to, again, place the softball mom on the front of the shirt. It's going to place the Marrero 24 on the back of the shirt. So it's a bigger design here. So the wizard's just running through it all. Notice down here it tells me it has 1,705 stones on there. So there's my design on the baseball shirt here. And then we also have it on the back. So if I click on my shirt, we can actually change the color of those very easily. We can change it by going here to the side, and we can change the color of the shirts. We can change this part of the front of the shirt as well to match that. And then we can also change the background color as well. So different things you can do to this mock-up to really make it stand out. And now, again, I just did a normal single T-shirt proof. The softball's right here. Lynn, do you see it? What happened was, because the softball's in white and crystal, and the shirt was white, you couldn't see it there. Yes, exactly, Lynn. Yep, exactly. When I changed the, yep, exactly. And now that is just our simple T-shirt mock-up. Now, if you did want to get more in depth and give it a proof sheet as well for your customer to fill out, we can do that as well. So let me go back to my mock-ups. I'm going to go here, but instead of doing single shirt only, what I'm going to do is actually select my proof front and back. And now watch what this does. So again, same thing. I'm going to select my woman's crew neck. It's going to run through the software. It's going to count all the stones. It's going to simulate my stones for me. It's also going to give me a stone detail. It's going to give me the logo and also the description at the top. All right, so there it is. So there is my proof sheet. So here's my proof sheet. It tells me all my stone information here. Now I'm using SS6s with the baseball mom, so it's going to tell me that in there as well. All right, and then we also have here our proof sheet. Now this proof sheet, of course, this is customizable to your business. So you can actually go in here, and we have videos that show you exactly how to edit these, so you don't have to edit it every time. But you can come in here and edit. If you just want to change one word in it, you can do that. If you want to change permanently what it says, you can do that as well by going into your settings. And again, we do have a webinar and a video showing you the process. Also down here, you'll notice where they basically type in all their information. They're going to sign off on it. So later on, they come back and they say, hey, remember that design you created for me a while back? Bam, you have the proof sheet here ready to go with the images on top. So you can bring this out and say, is this what you're looking for? They'll say yes. Bam, there's no need for going around searching. You have everything documented and put away on a file. So once they come back for you, or once they come back for a repeat as a repeat customer, then you have that file ready to go, and there's no need to go struggle around looking around for that particular design or that mock-up to show your customers. Especially if they have an issue with the price that they're getting charged, you're going to say, hey, this is exactly what we charged you then. This is the proof sheet. This is how we went about it then. This is how we're going to go about it now. And there's no need for any headaches or stress about how you're going to deal with this particular customer. All right, and again, you can change the color of your shirts here as well if you need to. Again, just any color you need to change them to. So again, it's just another part of the wizard that allows you to really show off the design to your customers without making the design first. So this is going to save you a lot of time and money, especially once they agreed to make this, then you can go ahead and create the product. But until then, there's no need to create that product yet. As long as you have the design, the mock-up, they're seeing the product exactly how it's supposed to look. No need to worry about having to actually waste material and and worry about later on them having to say, hey, I didn't really enjoy that design. Can you recreate it for me? All right. Oh, Randy, yeah, that's just customizable for you. And Kelly, I knew that was coming. Kelly, I'll be right with you on that one, all right? And Sue says, do you then take that proof sheet and hand off to production? Yeah, so what we would do, Sue, is we first send this proof sheet to your customer, obviously showing off the design, seeing if, let them approve on it. Once they approve it, then we send it to production after that. So exactly, yep. Renee says, thanks for the mock-up feature. It really helps to let my clients see how it looks on a shirt before I make the shirt. Exactly, Renee. And that's the biggest thing is obviously saving time, but by saving all the materials, it's definitely going to save you a lot of money in the future. No, Deborah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different options on here that, that you definitely want to go through and see what they do. Just make sure, you have your front and back, double front, double proof on the front. So if you have two designs you want to put on there on two different shirts, bam, there you go. You got your double front there, and that's going to do that for you. We also have the different options up here for customizing mockups. Again, that's a lot of the stuff that we go over, the overview of the wizard. So if you have never seen any of the overview wizard webinars, make sure you guys check those out. They're free on the website, so and on our YouTube channel as well. Can you show us how to? Okay. All right. So Sue, so if you're doing magic templates, for example, team, you could put multiple designs. Yeah. So yeah. With now you can only do two because you only have the option to do your double proof, double front. So, but yeah, again, what you would do is just highlight your design, and then the other one's going to go on the other shirt for you. All right. Now, Kelly, as far as what Kelly notices, we have the 2.15 here. This is just a test one we're working on. We're actually just doing a couple different trials on there. I don't think that was supposed to be on this computer. Actually, Matt was working. I'm actually on Matt's computer right now, so I think he was just testing out the 2.15. But that was just kind of a hiccup. That was supposed to be there. All right, but good catch there, Kelly. No, but that is not actually an upgrade right now, Kelly. We haven't released anything with the 2.15. The newest one you guys should have is a 2.14. All right. Awesome. So one other thing I want to show you guys is another question we always get. Obviously, we're the Rhinestone World. Is how do we add a border with rhinestones to a ready-made HCV font? So let's just say we have our 24 here. Actually, let's go ahead and retype this out. Yes, Renee. We actually have these customs tabs here, which again we have done videos for already that are going to show you exactly how to customize your own mockup. So let's just say we actually created a new feature in the wizard. I'm actually glad you brought that up, Renee. So I'll show you this feature here. So this feature is pretty cool, especially if you're working with sweatpants, like Renee said here. So what this is going to allow you to do is, let's just say you want to do baseball, but you want to do it down the leg. So you actually want to make sure that this is vertical, not horizontal. We actually created a tab here. So if I hit my vertical text, see that? It creates that text for me and puts it vertically. So now I can put this down the leg. So I can actually just press it right directly on the leg, and it doesn't have to be horizontal on the sweatpants, so it looks a lot more, a lot like the college logo or college name that go down the sweatpants. That's how you can do that part of the design like that, is by utilizing that vertical text there. All right. So yeah, Renee. So that with that custom page here in the mockups, that's going to allow you to do those custom mockups. All right. Now the only thing with the custom mockups is once you actually have the design already in there, you won't be able to change the color of the actual sweatpants. So just make sure you select the, you actually have pair, or the actual one that you're using is the actual color that you want to work with. All right. And I do see a lot of questions coming in here, so I want to make sure I answer those as much as I can. But let's go ahead and show you guys exactly how to add that kind of a border to a pre-made HCV True Type font design into Rhinestones. So let's go ahead and type out, right around the corner from the raise. So let's go ahead and type out raise. And of course, you never want to sell any copyrighted material. We're just, this is obviously just for an example. So I want to go ahead and just highlight my raise, and I'm going to go up to my baseball. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. I want to do maybe the baseball laces this time. So let's try to do TRW. All right, so here are my baseball laces right here. So again, I have my fill here, or excuse me, my outline here, which has the laces going through the letters here. So if another great HCV image font here that we have created. And now let's go ahead and go to my Stone Wizard, and I'm going to do edit, and I'm going to do my two-color magic. So there it is. I got my raise, but now your customer said they really want to see this design, but they want to have rhinestones around it, all right? No problem at all. Let's go ahead and select first thing I want to do is I'm going to select my outline here. So I'm going to select the black. Can't really tell until you actually zoom out and you see, once you get these blocks here, that's what's going to let you know that you're able to, that you have that particular part of that design selected. So now what I can do is I'm going to go back up to my toolbar here, and I'm just going to create a boundary around it. So by creating a boundary, watch what happens. You can't really tell, by just looking at the design, other than the particular line that's highlighted there. You see that? It's very tough to see that outline or that boundary there that I created, but that's what's going to allow me to add the stones, and the stones are going to look a lot nicer when you do it this way. Now, let's go ahead and actually, let me go back because I just realized that we have this design quite large. So this is at 22 inches wide, which we do not want. So let's get it back to normal size. 10.1 is good. So let's go ahead here. Let's go back to my boundary. So I'm going to create that boundary. And now what I can do is I'm going to go to my place and fill here. And I'm just going to add one island to the outside. I'm going to corner detect, and I'm just going to do 0.07 to the outside. And simply I'm just going to hit an island fill here. And there it is. So now I have my outline in Rhinestones. So let's go ahead and get rid of my outline here. So I have my outline in Rhinestones, and now we have our rays in the inside here with vinyl. You see that? It's a very easy, very quick way to add stones to a already pre-made text. I know that's one of the questions we get asked quite frequently is, hey, can we convert this into a multi-deck design? Yeah, no problem at all. There it is. So now you have your multi-deck design with the rhinestones on the outside. And now you see how we have some stones touching here. You can either get rid of those just by deleting them, or you can go here to your merge overlap, and that's going to clean that area up for you. All right. So that makes sense there, how we added that outline there to my already previously made HCV True Type font there. And it looks like somebody decided to use the printer. We'll have to talk to them about that. All right. So now text spacing two separate. Yes, exactly, Joe. Yeah, and you can do that right off the start. Is you can do some text spacing right off the start. Jill was mentioning that the RA here was a little bit separated from the YS. And that's because the way the True Type fonts are created, it is a little bit tougher because of, matching the letters together. But yeah, certainly, before I even add the text, what I would do in that case, let's go ahead and type it out again. So we'll do raise. We'll go back to my places here. And now what I can do again, now notice how I'm not adding the second color. If I add the second color, it then becomes a vector file that I can't edit the text anymore. All right, so what I can do is I'm going to go back to my text edit, like Jill mentioned earlier, and then I can go ahead and change the spacing. You see that? So you can change the spacing between that, or you can change the spacing by simply, you can drag this over a little bit and just line it up better. So it's a couple different ways to change that up to make it look a lot nicer. But notice if I do the two-color magic text, now I can't do that anymore because now this is a vector file. So that's going to be a vector file now, so I can't really do that anymore. It's not going to allow me to change. It's not going to allow me to text the spacing between the two letters because it's already filled in. So you want to make sure you do that text spacing before you actually add the second color, right? Linda, I'm not sure if Matt's actually on the other side anymore. I heard the truck just pulled up, the UPS truck we've been waiting for. As many of you guys know, we do a lot of trade shows. So I just heard the UPS truck pulling in, so I think he's helping out actually with the pallet, placing the pallet in the booth, because we got a lot of trade shows coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we're getting pretty excited and getting ready for all that. But I definitely heard that UPS freight truck just pull in, so I'm guessing that's where he's at right now, right? Was there a specific question you had, Linda? I'll be more than happy to answer that for you, all right? All right. Miles, shoot me an email, or shoot us an email, and I will show you how to do that, all right? Not too much time on that. I do want to show you guys a couple of the things that we have. Deborah's saying that she's having some issues with the sound, so let me know if you guys have any issues, all right? Sue, I mean, technically you could. I mean, you can actually just, if you not technically with the wizard, you couldn't change the background, the actual image, but if you went in there and you power clipped an image to the background, you can certainly do it that way as well. On a video, yes, Jill, yes, the mock-up proof sheet is on a video. We do have videos, and if you guys never worked with the TRW Stone Wizard before, Mary, shoot us an email. That's not actually something that that I can give out. That's actually one of the, it's kind of a secret program kind of thing. But I can't give that information out. Sorry about that. But as far as the TRW Stone Wizard, up here at the top, you'll see where it says Video Tutorials. If you click on that Video Tutorials tab, you'll notice that we have the same layout. If you go to Mockups, you see right here, Mockup Proof Sheet Options. Click on that. That's going to show you that the proof sheet, all right? So very easy, very simple to better understand the mockups, or if you need to know what an island does, you can click on your place and fill, and it's going to show you the islands there. So different ways to really see what the features do in the Stone Wizard just by clicking on that video tutorials tab. And of course, you know, we have free tech support as well. So if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to give us a call. All right, Mary, again, just shoot us an email. It's very tough. There's some things I can't really mention in regards to that, so that's gonna be a tough one. All right. All right. So we do have a lot of questions coming in. Now I know it's almost at the end of the line here, but I did want to show you one more thing about our some fonts that we have. I know I told you guys I was gonna show you guys the images here. So we have the vector image fonts. Let me go back here. Let me just bring it up here. All right, so here's our couple of our picture fonts that we offer. So if I click on this one, it tells me this is my TRW Mega Sports Pack here. So it's going to tell me that B is going to give me a baseball. The M is going to give me the M for mom, the actual fill. So this pack right here is very useful. It's got a lot of all the different sports in it. So it's pretty cool to use. Let's go ahead and actually let's see what you guys want to use. You guys want to use we got the Mega Sports Pack here where we can do mom, we can do hockey mom with the football in the middle or the sport in the middle, or we can go back to the picture and we can do the love here. So the love one is going to give you LVE with the sport in the corner, or we can do the other one that gives you the sport on the top with the mom on the bottom. What are you guys thinking? Love one? Perfect. Okay. Love one it is. So Terry, congratulations. That was a quick answer, actually. Now, what are you guys thinking about? What sport you guys prefer? All right, so we got karate over here. We got softball, baseball. We got dance, baseball, soccer, bull riding. The first one that gets duplicated, we'll say. All right, basketball. Man, that's bull. Hey, look. Looks like we got bull it is. So we have 2 bull riding. So perfect. Bull riding wins. All right, so I know this is my TRW 300, so let's go ahead and do, all right, I'm going to type out my L, and then the bull riding was, let's go ahead and bring this back in here. All right, so W, so we'll type in LW, all right, and then we'll just duplicate this to the bottom. We'll just do one copy to the bottom, and then we'll do VE there. Okay. So now we got that done. Let's go ahead here. And I'm going to go to my TRW 300 Love Pack. So let's see if I had that already here. Oh, there it is. Perfect. All right. So there it is. So all I did was type out my LWVE. That was it. My Love Square card decal here. And then, again, I'm going to go to my 2-color magic and add that second color to it. All right. Let's go ahead here. Got a little issue with this one. I think this is actually the one that's not complete. I knew there was 2 of them in his library. Let's go ahead and just retype this out here. LW, highlight, and my 2-color magic. And what's going on here? Yeah, let's go ahead and type that out. So, all right, so we got an LV here. Go ahead and change it back to my SS10s as well. And let's just do copy down to the bottom and then do the VE. And then let's go ahead and select our font again. I think that was the wrong actual love squared. So let's make sure we select the correct one. All right, so TRW love. No, it's one of these. Oh, I see what I did there. So it's W. All right, so notice the only thing I'm noticing here is, let's see. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong, guys. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so what it is actually I need the little case. All right, so there it is. So we got our love, and now we have, I'm going to go here and create my love here with the edit tab, and that's going to add my second color here. So now what I have to do is actually, watch what I'm going to actually do here. Before I do that, I'm actually just going to select my L here, because what I noticed is my actual cowboy, there's no second color to it. So what I have to do is add my second color there. but see, it's actually adding that one. So I think we have a little issue with our wrestler there. So let's go ahead and select a different sport there, guys. Yes, Renee, perfect. I'm gonna actually have to. We're gonna actually look into that particular design, because what happens is when I'm adding the second color, it's reading that it's gonna be the wrestling. You see that? So that's something we have to fix in this font. So it's great to know. I'm glad I ran into it, because now we're able to fix that for you guys. So we'll go ahead and get that fixed. But let's go ahead and choose a different. Let's go ahead and choose a different sport here, guys. Flip flops, perfect. All right. So I'm glad it. And it's always nice to see that. That mistakes do happen, and there are some issues that obviously are our mistakes. So if you guys ever see anything like that with a font or a file, feel free to shoot us an email so we can go ahead and get that particular file fixed for you guys. All right. So let's go ahead and do the flip-flops. So it looks like the flip-flops is P. So let's go ahead and retype that out. All right, so L, P. And we'll do VE. All right, and then we're going to go here. We're going to go to our decal, and then we're going to add the second color to it. So there it is. So see, and that's all that was. It was that looks like the W, the lowercase and the uppercase, there's a little hiccup in there, so we'll get that fixed for you guys. But notice how if I did the P, the lowercase, it gave me the outline, and then of course the two color magic added that second color to that. So the one thing I do want to do is it's a little bit separated, so let's go ahead and just move this up just a tad bit. And again, one way to actually make sure it's going in the correct area, let's go ahead and highlight I'm going to actually bring out my guideline here, and I can just kind of bring it to the side, and we're good to go there. And now we can go ahead and resize this particular design. So let's just resize it to our SS10s, and there it is. We're ready to go. So this would be our design. If I go to my templates and create my TRW Magic templates, we have our two templates here ready to go, ready to cut out. So again, that True Type font, and I will fix that. We'll go ahead and fix that W there with the wrestler and the bull riding. But again, that's very easy to use there, and very simple to create a cool looking love design in a matter of no time. You guys see that? Yeah, Mayor, you still get the bull riding. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, yep, exactly. Yep. Perfect, guys. Awesome. Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. I'm thinking the same thing too. Yep. Okay, awesome, guys. So now, does anybody have any questions at all in regards to the love square design here? No, Lynn, actually, that's a great question. Lynn said for rhinestone designs, you don't have to reverse. And no, you do not, Lynn, because with the rhinestone designs, once you actually create the template, you're actually cutting the sticky flock material from the top, so you don't have to worry about that. Whereas the HCV vinyl, you're actually cutting it from the back side, so that's where you have to mirror it. So once you actually press it onto the garment, it's going to be facing the right way. All right? Oh, no problem at all, Lynn. Yeah, and again, that's a great thing about these webinars. I know a lot of you work with HCV, a lot of you work with just rhinestone, so it's always cool to incorporate every kind of part of the designing process into these webinars. Terry, great question. How do you mirror an image? Perfect. So a couple ways to do it. So what I'm going to do, actually not a couple ways. We got right here, Corel actually gives you the option. So let's just say we'll type out B. And you want to just go ahead and mirror this. We're going to go up here in your CorelDRAW. You see where it actually gives me the option to mirror horizontally, or it gives me the option to mirror vertically. You see that? So if I hit my mirror horizontally, it's just going to mirror it that way, or vertically. Obviously with the B, it's going to be tough to see, but you notice it changed just a tad bit there. But yeah, that's how you're going to do your mirroring up here with CorelDRAW. You see that? So very easy, very quick to do that. No problem at all. Yes, Lynn, yes, actually great question. Yeah, so what Lynn asked was, can you use the HCV to create a rhinestone design? Absolutely. I don't know if you guys seen Spangle machines out there, which create kind of a rhinestone looking design with vinyl. Same thing. I mean, you can do that with just the rhinestone design already pre-made. All you have to do is, instead of cutting it out with sticky flock, you're going to cut out with the HCV material, and then you're going to actually peel the excess. What you can actually be weeding is going to be the excess material rather than the dot. So the dot's going to stay on your backing, and then you're going to actually weed out the excess material. All right. College Black Renee, that's actually something that we actually purchased. That's not actually a free font that's given. All right. Debbie, are you going to add embroidery multi-decoration to your offering? Sometimes clients want to add bling to embroidery design. So, and that's something actually, Debbie, we're looking into. It's not in the near future that we're going to be completing that, but we are looking in different ways. I mean, as of right now, you can still use the mockup feature to show off the embroidery plus rhinestones. You can still use the mockups in there, but as far as an embroidery digitizing part of the software, that's not something we've actually started working on. Deborah, I'm almost done with this. If you do, you can sign off real quick. Now, I know it is the last day of the year, and I know we normally don't do any coupons or anything like that for these free webinars, but I did want to do something nice. Oh, I'm sorry, Sue, I did see your question from earlier. Before I do that, let me go ahead and show Sue how we did that hatch fill real quick. So what I'm going to do, let's just say I have my B here, Sue. I'm going to go to my place and fill. I'm just going to get rid of my islands here, and I'm going to do it to the inside. I'm going to get rid of my contour spacing here, and all I'm going to do is just do an hatch fill. So what I have selected is inside, add stones. I have corner detect selected. Everything else is just about the same. So let's go ahead and add the stones, and all I'm going to do is a hatch fill. There it is. So there's my hatch fill. If I highlight my design here, clear paths, there is my hatch fill. Now, of course, I made that be pretty large, so it came out really nice. So for the smaller text, you can do a little bit more manipulating, but that's what the hatch fill is going to do for you. See that? So very easy. Just select your inside, add stones, and I did corner detect. So that way it captured all these corners here and gave me a nice clean line. You see that? Did that make sense there, Sue? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, no problem at all. Okay, awesome, guys. So like I was saying, now, we normally don't do any coupons for these free webinars, but I do want to do something nice here. It is the end of the year, so let's go ahead and finish off this year right. Let's go ahead and do, what are you guys thinking? Download files? Okay, looks like download files wins. All right, so I'm thinking anywhere from, what are you guys thinking? Maybe 5%, 10%? Nah, I'm just kidding. What do you guys think about 40%? 40% off download files for the next 2 hours? Of course, Sue. There's the one-upper, the 50%. All right, so we got 40%. All right, Sue. I can't do 50. 50 might give me 5, but I can do 40. Let's do 40. All right, you know what? Fine, we'll do 50. 50 it is. 50% off download files. I'm sure they're really going to love me now. All right, so 50% off download files. Renee was asking about the export option here. That's the GCC one right there. That's already set up for the GCC, Renee. Thank you, Jill. Awesome, awesome. Right. Yeah, the great thing about the coupons, it doesn't matter how well you do in the webinar, as long as you give a coupon out, you make yourself look better. Isn't that right, Jill? Awesome. All right, guys. So let's. What do you guys think? Let's do something. TRW. New Year Eve 50. So that is going to be our coupon code for the next 2 hours. So again, that's going to be for the 2 hours. 2 hours, 50%. There it is. So the 50% off download files. Lynn, yeah, absolutely. It will work for every font that you saw, all the True Type fonts as well. Yeah, so download files and True Type fonts as well. Yep, absolutely. Of course, I wouldn't do a webinar and not give a discount for what we're just showing. Yes, Lisa, yes. You can use these without the wizard. And again, that's why I showed the point size up here. That point size is going to show you exactly what you need to. So let's just bring that back in real quick. So notice how even our love square here, it gives me the point size down here. You see that? So that's what you're going to be using. And again, make sure you watch the video on how to do it without the wizard. There is a few extra steps you need to follow to be able to complete the True Type fonts and convert them into a vector image where you can actually cut. So that video is going to help you through that process. But yeah, with using the point size system up here, and then of course you're going to go to your objects here and you're going to do the break artistic text, and that video is going to show you exactly how to do it step by step, so I don't confuse you off the start right now. All right, Renee, the starting time will be, we'll do it now. We'll finish it at, let's say, 2 o'clock. So you'll get 2 hours and a couple minutes after that. All right. So we'll do starting time is now. The ending time is 2 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Lynn. All right. Let's see. Is the webinar going to be available later to watch again? Yes, Marcella. Yes, we are. I am actually recording the webinar, so it will be posted normally within 24 to 48 business days. Obviously, we're closed tomorrow, so Sue. Normally we say that the code is for just those in the webinar. I mean, obviously, I can't say that you guys can't share it, but obviously, we prefer to keep it where it's for the loyal ones that actually showed up to the webinar. I'd rather just keep it for the people in the webinar, all right? So let's stay away from sharing the code. That way it helps you guys only, all right? Your boss will be happy, yes. Yes. No problem, Sherry. Glad I could help. No problem at all, guys. No problem at all. Mary, I'm not sure. Bull running for the flip-flops. Mary, what I can do for you? All right, so you guys can thank Mary. What do you guys think? I'll go ahead and what I'll do is I'll post that love sandal design. So the love flip-flop design, I'll go ahead and post that for free on the website as well. And I'll post it right here. So if you guys want to find that particular design, if you go to Shop Products here and you go to Free Designs. So again, Shop Products, Free Designs. Oop, right there. And that's going to take you to our Free Designs page here, and then again you guys can actually go in here and download any of these you guys would like. These are all free, but I'll put that free design in here, all right? So that'll be right in this free design section for you guys to be able to download, all right? So I'll have that up here hopefully within the next 30 to an hour, all right? New Year's resolution. So at the moment, we'll see. Not yet. I think those usually come for me towards a little bit closer towards midnight. Obviously helping you guys as much as we can for the next year. That's definitely one of the biggest things that we're looking forward to, is helping your business grow, and obviously, seeing the growth and because I mean the coolest thing about these trade shows is what we do when we go to these trade shows and we finally meet you guys in person, and put a face to you guys, is we always get those the members that come up to us and say, I started out doing pre-cuts, now I'm purchasing a graph deck or a roll-in. And that's really the ultimate gratification from this job, is just being able to see the improvement that you guys go through within that year span or a couple of years, to really make that your business grow. And it's always nice to know that we've done our job to help that and help your businesses, ultimately get to where you guys need it to be. Oh, come on, Santa. Yeah, and he actually didn't approve that one. He actually told me just to keep it under 40. So you can thank Sue Keach for that one. She's the culprit behind the 50% download files. But no, absolutely, like Santa said, like Matt Santa said, you guys definitely do deserve it. And again, we do appreciate everything you guys do for us. Again, if you guys haven't checked out the Facebook page also, make sure you guys check that out, Crafting with Rhinestones. Very useful, all free for you guys. The main idea of the page is for everybody to help each other out and obviously share knowledge and ideas to help each other's businesses grow and ultimately, like I said, get us be as successful as possible. Okay, Santa, we love you, especially, don't we? Never worked with a company that does so much for their clients. It really says a lot about who you are, and that it's not about the almighty dollar. Exactly, Debbie. And at the end of the day, that's our biggest thing, is we want to help you guys out. All right. Love you guys. Have a great New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Jill. Thank you for joining us today. Again, thank you guys for everything you guys do. We do appreciate everything. And let me just go ahead and before we leave, I know, like I mentioned before about the webinar, or excuse me, the trade show schedule. If you guys have not seen it yet, let me go ahead and bring this up here. Let's go ahead and bring the website up here. We have our show schedule tab up here. Just go ahead and click on the show schedule and free passes here. and then you'll see all our shows that we'll be attending this year, or we'll be exhibiting it at this year. If you click on the little tabs that are here, if you have a free pass for that particular show, you'll see that free pass here as well. And Sue says, Matt, come to Canada. Actually, Sue, I just had some family from Toronto in town. They actually drove all the way from Toronto down here to Florida. A nice 2-day drive for them there. Yes, Sue, we actually, excuse me, Pat, we do night training as well. We'll normally do every once in a while throughout the week. We'll do a 8 p.m. Eastern Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Time webinar, just because we understand we are in the East Coast, and we understand that there's not a lot of people, in the California area that are able to see these webinars during the day. So we definitely like to take advantage of the night times to take advantage of the crew members that are out on the other coast that can't watch the earlier webinars. Oh, that would be the imprint show. Actually, Sue, I remember looking into that. I remember you mentioned that a few webinars ago. I did look into that, but it interfered with one of our other shows. We're actually doing the ASI show in Orlando during those days, I believe. And if not during those days, I believe that's actually when, actually no, I'm sorry, that's when we're actually moving warehouses. That's what it was. We're actually going to be moving to our new warehouse, so, which actually brings another great point is we'll be actually doing a lot more in-house training. So you guys will be able to fly in, and we'll do a 2-day seminar here at the new warehouse. We have a very, very awesome training studio getting built in there, so a lot of cool things for this new year again. Obviously, our main priority is helping you guys out and helping your businesses out, but it's going to be a great year for everybody, I believe. So everybody stay tuned, and we got a lot of new cool stuff coming out as well. So again, it's a new year, new ideas, new options, and obviously our main priority at the end of the day is going to be you guys and helping you guys improve your businesses. Randy says we'll be in Orlando this weekend or next. Randy, actually, it's going to be not this weekend. It's going to be the early next week. So I believe the show is actually Monday and Tuesday. But we'll be going up to Orlando. I believe we're driving up on Sunday. We're going to be driving up there so we can get our booth and everything set up. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for everything you do, and Happy New Year as well. Suzanne, what show are you trying to get a free pass to? Shoot us an email. If we have a free pass, we'll send it to you, all right? Okay, there you go, Randy. No problem at all. And also, if you guys are going to check out the shows, make sure you guys go right here where it says free TRW crew member show transfers. And this right here is going to give you a free Bling Diva t-shirt transfer for you to put on your shirt and bring to the show with you. So you can win one of our awesome little gift baskets or gift bags that we'll be handing out to everybody who wears our Bling, a TRW Bling Diva shirt here. So again, that's totally free for you guys. So make sure you guys, if you guys are going to be attending a show and you guys have a registration number ready, make sure you guys get your free copy. And now for the men, we've had some great ideas. We've seen a lot of creative designs that the men have done with the TRW Bling Diva transfer, and it's always pretty funny to see the different creative designing that the men come up with when they don't want to just wear rhinestones. So it's pretty funny. PPI show. PPI, Terry, this is actually going to be our first PPAI show. So once we do it, I'll let you know what the differences are. We've done most of the shows except for the PPAI, so we're pretty excited. Obviously, it's in Vegas, so that's another exciting show there. Let's see. We got a lot of questions coming in, guys. And again, we did run over a little bit over the time. It's already 11:50, but I want to make sure we get as many questions answered as we can here. We need TRW in Canada back, Sue. We'll see what we can do there. All right, Sue, so we'll see you there as well. Oh, at that show, the imprint show? Yeah, and I did, like I said, I did look into it a little bit, but it was just interfering with our schedule at the beginning of the year. But it's definitely something we can look into for the next year, absolutely. Sue, Canada's not huge with stones yet. Hey, TRW crew's there for that. We can do that. We can fix that. I missed the webinar schedule under the tab of Rhinestone University. All right, did that help you guys better? Now, also for, so we'll start doing, I mean, that's something that we can add on there. Absolutely. So you're talking about right here under the TRW webinar. And now you'll notice for these, Jill, these are the paid ones that you'll see on here mostly, because these are the ones you actually have to click on and actually purchase. the webinar. For the free ones, we'll normally put on Facebook, obviously. We'll also send out an email with the actual webinar registration link on there for you guys to register. So different ways to register, but if that makes it easier for you guys, like I said, we're always open for suggestions. We listen to everything you guys say, and that's how we like to improve the business, is based on, what you guys, what's going to help you guys out. So obviously, if it's something that's going to help you guys out, it's going to make things easier for you guys, I'll definitely run it by our IT manager, and so we can get that in there, all right? Perfect. Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and give you that code. So the code is Rudy Rules. No, just kidding. It's TRW New Year's Eve 50. Can't find the Love True Type Font Pack. Not enough coffee. Lynn, no problem. Now that is under our, so let's go back to, let me see if I'll find it for you guys while you guys actually look at that code there. All right, so let me go back to the website here, Lynn. I'll show you exactly where those are. All right, so let me bring that page back over. So if I go to True Type Font here, and I go to my True Type Fonts, right here where it says Picture, that's where you're going to click for that, all right? Sue, shoot us an email. That's I can answer that for you, all right? Obviously, I don't want to answer that over the webinar, but yeah, certainly shoot us an email. Cindy, you haven't gotten the code to work? Let me see. That was actually Matt's job, supposed to create the coupon code. So what I'll do is once the webinar is over, guys, I'll make sure, actually before the webinar is over, I'll go ahead and complete that for you guys, all right? Let me go ahead and get that coupon code ready to go so you guys are able to work or utilize that now. All right, so we got, all right, so 50% off download files for the next 2 hours. All right, so Cindy, you should be able to. All right, Cindy, you should be able to work with that coupon now, all right? Should be good to go. Let me know if it's not working still. So that's good to go. So let me know if that coupon code doesn't work. I'll just stay on here for a couple more minutes to make sure that's working properly. Mary Jo, I believe the NDP passes are free till a certain time. Diana, yes, we do. We do go to DAX. We'll be at the Kansas City, Columbus, and the Chicago show. So we'll be doing all 3 shows for DAX this year. Those are great shows. Awesome shows. All right. So it looks like, Cindy, let me know if that, oh, perfect. So it did work. Awesome. You beat me to it. All right, awesome. Can you show where that was located again? Now, were you talking about the, okay, so you were still talking about that font, right? This font right here? No worries. Let me show you guys real quick what that's under. All right, so design downloads, we'll go to True Type Fonts here, and then we're going to go to my Rhinestone True Type Fonts and under Picture. Oh, perfect. There we go. Linda, for actually Columbus, I can check for you real quick. I know we're doing 2 classes. I can't remember if it's Kansas City or Minneapolis, that one that we're not doing it in, but I can definitely, I can check for you real quick here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we are actually doing a class in Columbus there. So we'll be, so yeah, definitely be doing a class in Columbus. So it looks like Minneapolis is the one that we're not doing the class in. All right. Okay, perfect, awesome. So yeah, Linda, we'll see you in Columbus for a class. Now that's not going to be one of our TRW seminars. It's going to be one of the classes held by DAX. So it'll be, I believe, an hour-and-a-half long class. All right. Sorry that I asked before, but can you show us? Stephanie, shoot me an email. I can help you out with that. All right. I can certainly. I'm sorry, I didn't see that question earlier. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, shoot me an email, and I'll be able to help you out with that. All right. Okay, awesome, Debbie. Yes, the hands-on training is definitely going to be a very, very helpful for you guys, and I think, and I mean, we enjoy doing them. We did 3 seminars last year, 6-hour-long seminars throughout the year that were very beneficial, taught us a lot and taught you guys a lot. So it was a cool experience, but we're definitely ready to take it to the next level and start doing some trainings, in-house trainings for you guys and help you guys out, and hopefully get you out of the cold weather for a few days. Yes, Sue, it should work for the bundle packs as well. Yep. If it doesn't, let me know so I can add that in there. But I believe I did put it under that category, so it should work. All right. All right, guys. Now it looks like we ran about 30 minutes late here. Which font in vinyl? Now the other vinyl ones that I showed are in there. So yes, you will be able to see all those fonts in there. Now, if you're looking for the picture font, we do have a vector image font right here as well that has different vector images in here. So yeah, that would be the only real vector image kind of true type font that we have. The picture font, yes, we do. Yes, we do. That actually picture font is a vinyl font actually. So if you go right here to where it says HTV True Type Fonts, click on that, and that's where you'll see all of our different image fonts and lace fonts and all the different fonts that we offer there. All right, so these are all HTV. Yes. Can your files? The monster numbers, yes, Marcella. We do have the monster numbers in there. Yes, those are actually already in the font. You see that they have the numbers right here. Is that what you're talking about? Let me know. If you still have fonts like I do, can your fonts be used? Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can use our fonts to customize. Yep. All right. I can't find them. Now, Marcella, shoot me an email. I'll be able to help you out with that, all right? I'm not sure which monster numbers. I know we have some of the monster ones. Let's see if I go. We do have these monster numbers here. So if I go about 3 inches, we do have, I believe this is the font. Maybe not this one. Let me go back one. I know if I go, I believe maybe this one. Okay, right here. So right here is our Mega Bling font pack here, and those have the mega numbers. You see these? So these have the mega numbers. Is that what you're looking for there, Marcella? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so these would be the mega numbers that, okay, so which ones? Yeah, shoot me an email, Marcella. Shoot me an email with the actual font that you're looking for, and I can direct you to those, all right? Okay, awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. So, wow, looks like everybody stayed in here for the extra 30-minute of Q&As. Awesome. We do have several different ones. Yes, Marcella. None of the other ones are this big, though. We have one that's 7.7, I believe. But these are the ones that we actually use for the back of the shirts, for like the actual numbers on the back for jerseys or just customizing the name and number on the back. This is what you use as the mega numbers here. And now this one, I believe this is just a college, or it's either an athletic font or a college font. But I think this is actually the athletic font that we used here. Okay. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Lisa, shoot me an email. I'll be able to answer that question. All right. I'm sorry. A lot of questions coming in, and but yeah, just shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. All right, Lisa. All right, guys. Now, again, I do want to thank everybody for joining me today. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope 2015 brings all the greatness that you guys hope from it. And I mean, honestly, we've had an awesome year with you guys. Again, thank you for everything you guys do for the TRW crew and the members on the page and everything you guys really do to help out. It is greatly appreciated. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, you guys can contact us, 941-755-1696. Make sure you guys utilize that coupon code. We also have another webinar on Friday at, I believe, 3 p.m., which is going to be going over the magic templates. So very cool webinar there, another free one. That will be Matt teaching that one. So he'll start off the year with another awesome webinar, just like the end of the year. So again, I do appreciate everybody's time today, and I wish everybody a happy and safe New Year. And again, thank you, everybody. Have a great day.